Hey folks, how you all doing? So today I thought, because it's the end of 2024, I would rank my top 10 favourite country slash Americana slash folk albums that I purchased and or listened to during 2024 that were released in 2024. So without further ado, we'll get onto it at number 10. Kasey Chambers, Backbone. This is her 13th studio album, Aussie country singer. She is a true country singer. A lot of her stuff is obviously country, it's folk. There's also bluegrass on her albums and singer-songwriter stuff. She's never actually made it in America. She really should. She deserves to. She's probably the finest female country singer over the last 20 years, and this ranks at number 10 on my list. At number 9 on my list, we have Ernest with his album Nashville, Tennessee. It's his third studio album. It's actually a triple vinyl set. There's 26 tracks on it. Think straightforward country, think outlaw country, and there's honky tonk on here as well. This guy's the real deal. I'd love to go back and listen to his first two albums and see how he's improved. But I mean, 26 tracks sprawled over 3 vinyl records, absolutely brilliant for any artist, let alone a young artist. So that's number 9 on my list. Number 8 on my list, this is My Dirt by Justin Moore. It's his 8th studio album, first album I've listened to of his. It was recommended to me by a guy in Kentucky that I know. Country to the core. This guy's the real deal, but he does have a few modern country sounds on his album. Think of Alan Jackson as a comparison. This one comes in at number 8. Actually, I should have scored him out of 10. So Kasey Chambers scored a 7 out of 10. Ernest scored 7.5 out of 10. This one scored 7.5 out of 10. So at number 7 on my list, Charlie Crockett, $10 Cowboy. This is his 13th studio album. It's a first for me. Never heard of the guy before. Again, this was recommended to me by a friend I have in Kentucky. Well, he's actually recently moved to Florida. He's actually a descendant of the Wild Frontiers man, Davy Crockett. His sound is very country orientated. His voice is very soulful and smooth. If I had a sounds like, it would have to be Ben Harper. So he's got that Ben Harper vibe about him, which is still country orientated. Very good album. This one comes in at 8 out of 10. At number 6 on my list, we have the Avet Brothers with their self-titled album. It's their 11th studio album. They've always been Americana folk, indie folk, alt folk, country artists, but there seems to be a lot of alt pop sounds on here. There's still a lot of the folk and Americana you would expect from them. Just a load of, what is there, 9 tracks on here. Cool upbeat toe tapping songs, whether it's pop or country orientated. Brilliant harmonies as usual. The production is crystal clear. Songwriting is absolutely brilliant as usual. 8 out of 10. At number 5 on my list of best country slash Americana slash folk albums of 2024, Billy Strings, Highway Prayers. This is his 4th album. It's actually a double CD. There's 20 tracks on here. Just think country, outlaw country, Americana, folk and bluegrass. There's 4 instrumentals on here, 3 or 4, and the predominant instrument on the instrumentals are actually banjos and fiddles, so you can see where this guy lays with his style of music. Even the instrumentals are good. I'm not a fan of instrumentals, but they're still toe tapping stuff. If you want a sounds like for this guy, think of Steve Earle and Charlie Daniels. Great stuff. 8.5 out of 10. Number 4 on my list of best country albums of the year, what list would be complete without Willie Nelson? This is The Border. It's his 101st studio album. Yep, you didn't hear me wrong, 101st. And he even released an album later in the year after this. So it's 2 for the year. I haven't got that album though. There's some originals on here, about 4 I believe from memory. There's 3 or 4 that were written for him. Sorry, it's Lynn's phone going off there. And 3 or 4 covers. They're more obscure covers because I've never heard of them before. They might be familiar to you guys, but they're not to me, so they sound like originals to me. Great album. This is real country. None of those jazzy vibes that he does tend to put on his albums over the last 30 odd years. For me, this is his best album since 1993. He's across the borderline. 8.5 out of 10. Superb effort for a guy that's now in his 90s and just released his 101st studio album. Number 3 for the year for me, Passage du Désert, Johnny Blue Skies. He's the alter ego of the brilliant Sturgill Simpson. It's Sturgill's 8th career album, so he's had 5 under the name Sturgill. He's done 2 re-recordings of his favourite songs from his first 5 albums called Cutting Grass, Volumes 1 and 2 in a bluegrass style. And this one here, if you want what it sounds like for this album, I would say Graham Parsons probably meets the Allman Brothers, so it's still that country vibe, but it's a bit more modern country than his earlier albums. Great album, as one would expect from the brilliant Sturgill Simpson. 8.5 out of 10. Number 2 on my list could be a bit contentious for some people because technically she's not really a country singer anymore. I have Taylor Swift with the Tortured Poets Department. This is her 11th studio album. This sold 6 million physical units worldwide, compact discs and albums, making it the biggest album of 2024. It's very sparse. It's very minimalistic music. Indie folk is what I would call it. Got to number 1 just about everywhere in the world. All the songs are typical of her last 4 or 5 albums, are about love, lost relationships, mourning, self-awareness, etc. It's a serious album. It's a double vinyl. There's 16 tracks. It's about 78 minutes long roughly. Great album. This has actually now become my favourite album of her career. This one comes in at 9 out of 10. My favourite country album of 2024 is by Zack. It's called Cold Beer and Country Music. This is his debut album. It's really good to hear a new country artist that is actually real country. This guy's the real deal. He sings country, he writes country, his band is country. I mean, he could well and truly be the successor to George Strait and Alan Jackson over the next 5-10 years as he progresses with his career, as long as Nashville don't turn him into a rhinestone cowboy, for want of a better word. Absolutely brilliant album. My favourite album by a country singer of 2024. 9.5 out of 10. I will be posting a video of the 37 studio albums I did purchase over, or Lynn and I purchased over 2024. If you want to see where these country albums fit into that top 37, stay tuned, because that'll be being released on the 1st of January, I believe. I've got it done and pre-done to be released. I think it's the 1st of January. Anyway, guys, let me know in the comments section below, what do you think of these country albums, country artists? Have you ever heard of them? Can you give me any more recommendations of albums by these artists that you think I should probably listen to? Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Stay safe, take care. All for now. Catch you around, and bye.